Hello guys, Stan here, and in today's video we are going to be having a look at the CoolTek Coolcube Maxi. Now first thing I want to mention are the dimensions. So this case is 280mm in height, 240mm in width, and 280mm in depth. Now this case is a home theatre PC, and it does support motherboards from Mini-ATX all the way to Micro-ATX. You have a power button on the front, and in terms of the side kind of I/O and everything, you have two USB 3s and also a microphone and also a headphone port. I will say you don't get no USB 2s, but USB 3 is totally kind of compatible, so that's all good. Now onto the back you have a place here to fit power supplies, and that is also full-sized power supplies. And then you also have three kind of places to mount 80mm fans. At the left you can see where you can install your motherboard, and this is the code out here to install the back piece. And then down here you have 4 expansion slots. So, you can potentially fit 2 graphic cards in here, 2 dual width graphic cards, or you can fit, say, a dual width graphic card, a network adapter, and, say, a sound card. Onto the other side of the case, as you can see, it's pretty blank and, kind of sleek and minimalistic. On the bottom you have vents where hot air can get out and cold air can get in. Now I just want to mention the case is fully kind of aluminum, it's all metal, so it's nice and strong. There's no plastic as far as I'm aware, and you do get like a curve at the front of the case. Most cases are square, so it's good that kind of this one curves. It's got a little bit more kind of, it's just a little bit different. That's what I kind of like in cases. Now, as you can probably see when we kind of touch in the case, it does leave fingerprints, and that's kind of one bad thing with this type of metal. But metal does kind of show fingerprints, and you can't really do much about that. But once you finish your build, you can just kind of wipe it with some toilet roll or something like that. And on the bottom you can fit a SSD onto the bottom. I believe you can also fit a hard drive, so yeah, you can fit one there, and you will need to use the correct holes according to what you are fitting. Now as well, I do want to mention that you do get 4 feet with the case. You do need to screw these in manually, so as you can see you get 1, 2, 3. I will be just showing you how to screw the 4th one in, but these are the feet. CoolTek do describe these as kind of hi-fi style feet. I will say they are rubbered on the bottom, and yeah, they do screw in relatively easy. So this is just a further kind of look at the feet. Nice kind of metal, and then you're going to screw obviously to screw it in. I will say you do get 5 screws, so if you kind of lose one, you can still kind of screw your feet in. There's a possibility to lose screws. So as you can just see me doing here, you can just screw in the feet as simple as that. So once it's in, and your case can kind of stand up and won't fall over. So yeah, that's just the rubber on the bottom, and yeah, it kind of acts as kind of vibration dampening and stuff like that. Now opening in the side panel of the case, there's 2 screws on the back and also the side, and kind of in here, as you can see, this is kind of first kind of look at the case. You're prompted, and you've probably noticed that you do get this kind of like sad kind of piece at the bottom. This is what you actually install 2 of your hard drives onto, 2 3.5-inch hard drives, and yeah, they kind of mount on there. You screw them in, and then you screw this back into place. It kind of makes it easy to kind of install your hard drives. So this just slides out a cert once you've kind of unscrewed it, and here you can fit 2 hard drives onto here. They use rubber kind of grommets. Should I call them grommets, or kind of like vibration absorbers? But yeah, you install your hard drives on here relatively easy. Just going to demonstrate right now. Just took a 2 terabyte hard drive out of my machine. You just slide it in just like this. Can be a little bit tricky to get in, but you just slide it in, and then you can either push it down or push it up, and then if you just push it back a little bit, you can see that it does line up, and that you can put your screws into there. They are quite long screws, I'll give you that, but yeah, it does fit in, it is nice and secure, and then yeah, you just put this piece back into the case, and yeah, it's all kind of good. All your hard drives are secure, and yeah, because it's kind of vented, your hard drives will get some cool air. It's all passive, by the way, I just want to mention that. So anyway, just screw them in, and voila. Now inside of the case, as you can see, is small, and I have actually just took the top piece off as well. You do get your standoffs pre-installed, so you can just place your motherboard in and screw it in with all the motherboard screws you get. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Some motherboards do have 6 screws. On this case you only seem to get 5 kind of standoffs, but nevertheless your motherboard will still be secure, and I have noted quite a few cases to do this. Now onto the back, to remove these pieces here, just unscrew one screw, and then then they can kind of be removed. So just taking off the second one here, typically you would take 2 off to install a graphic card, and you just unscrew them, and then voila, you can now fit a graphic card. I will just say, just make sure you keep hold of the screws. Now in terms of the connectors that you get inside the case, you get a You get a USB 3 connector, you get a HD audio for the microphone and also the headphone on the front, and then you also get your power switch, you also get a power LED, get your plus and minus, and then a reset switch. Now, as I said, this is the bottom of the case, but just kind of inside. You fit your SSD here or a hard drive, and then, as I kind of mentioned before, you can fit 2 hard drives onto this piece that I'm actually screwing in now. I'll just kind of sped this up so it isn't that kind of boring. So yeah, so you can screw this in. I will say this case is easy to build in, and it's typically a little bit bigger than the standard kind of case that supports Micro-ATX or Mini-ATX, but this case does support up to 280mm graphic cards and also 120mm CPU coolers. It's a typical kind of example of a 120mm CPU cooler is the Hyper 212 Evo. Now, just to kind of conclude, I do think this is a good case, and especially if you're wanting your PC to be very small form factor, I think it's great. Build quality is really good. I will say the only bad thing I've kind of seen with this case is that you do not get a fan, so you will kind of need to rely on the fans that your components have. But nevertheless, I will say you can install and kind of fit 3 80mm fans into the back, and that will kind of increase the airflow that you have. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, comment and also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.